oh, y'all can't hear me. I said all of that stuff, and y'all ain't even hear me. I had my mic muted this whole time. What's going on, everybody? This is DJ Prince, a.k.a. Johnny Prince, live on the Be Clear Alert podcast. Thank y'all so much for telling me that. Oh, my goodness. Why did I forgot to unmute myself? You know what I mean? Come on now. That's the nervousness. That's good. You know what I mean? So now I know what I have to do next time. This has never happened to me before. You know why? Because this particular group I have on, man, just wait till I get them on. Can y'all hear me now? I hope y'all can hear me now. Like I was saying, make it about your health, your mental health, your physical health. Make sure that that you maintain good health. Yeah. You got to repeat that. No doubt. I was talking about the mental health and physical health and how important it is. So just make sure you're on top of that. You know what I mean? But today though, I have a very, very unique group. This is a musician producer soulmate duo from the mountains of Northern California. John on the drums, the bass and the dog, chemistry on the keyboards. BetaHost is the name of the group, y'all. BetaHost. Let's be very, very clear on that. BetaHost combines mutual inspirations from grooves and vibes fueled by old school R&B, funk, and neo-soul influences to create a refreshing, self-sampled style of jazzy beats and low fusion. Y'all know, if you don't know, I am a huge fan of neo-soul. I'm a huge fan of lo-fi. I'm a huge fan of R&B. I love my boom bap. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get into my show that I have on Mondays on another. I'll get into all of that. But listen, music is life. Music is breath. Music is song. Music is love. Music is what keeps me going. I'm sweating. Where's my rag at? I'm sweating and excited to bring on. Ladies, listen. Y'all help me bring on and introduce. Let me make sure they are up. BetaHost, everybody. BetaHost. Peace and love. Can y'all hear me?
Hey.
Oh,
Johnny,
this is going. Thank y'all so much for being on. I really appreciate y'all. How y'all doing?
We're good.
We're doing great tonight. Thank you for having us.
This is
we
what's
heard
up.
there for a while. We heard the music, and then you've disappeared.
Yeah.
But, we figured we'd hear you when it was time to come on.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad I fixed that, but it's all good and people can hear me. You know, that's what the editing is for. But yeah. I am glad y'all on. Let me tell y'all a story right quick. So when I get on Instagram, right? I'm not on Facebook. When I get on Instagram, I usually go to the search part and I just browse through to see who I can connect with, who I can find, you know, because I got the podcast. So I'm just trying to see different artists and different entrepreneurs I can really, connect with. And boom, you were there, right? BetaHost was there. And they were playing this song. I don't know the name of the song correctly, but they had for those that are tuned in, you can see that their background is animated. They got the green screen and they got the different colors in the background. That's what I saw in the video. So I was like, what is going? And I see him playing the drums, right? And I see chemistry playing, the keys. And I was like, oh my God, I got to have them on. But now keep in mind though, I saw that maybe some weeks ago. It was a while back because I was like, I don't even know how to ask them. Maybe they're too big. I don't know what they're going to think. I don't know. It's a little podcast. I don't know. So I didn't ask at first. I was just into the music, you know what I mean? And that's how I found all your like most of your catalog. That soul, what's the name of it? Soul, what's the name of that song? Soul Finesse? Oh my. Yeah. Listen, y'all.
That would get you, huh?
That Soul Finesse did something to me. And I was like, nah, I got to ask them. And I asked y'all. And
I'm so glad you did.
I remembered, I think I reposted it or something like that. I think I reposted it. And then y'all respond right away, thanks for reposting. And I was like, oh, they hit me right back. Okay, so, I
right?
I could approach y'all. This is what's up. So, here we are now. And it's like super dope. Y'all, listen, y'all. This is BetaHost, y'all. BetaHost. Y'all better look them up
Yeah,
on
we,
on all your
we
streaming
like you for
platforms.
yeah.
We
For
think of it
real.
as BetaHost, but we do like BetaHost. Both of them work just fine.
Oh, this is what's up. Yeah, thank y'all for being on once again.
Oh,
How did
thanks for sharing that.
BetaHost, right? The name. How did you come up with the name? Now, that's quite interesting.
We do think of it as beta host.
Oh,
Oddly,
beta. Okay, I said it wrong.
that name started with our kids years ago. We were going to start a synthwave project. We thought
Mhm.
Yep.
beta host sounded like a really cool
Yeah.
80s synthwave. It had a sound to it, like a
Right.
cursor prompt on an old DOS computer or something. I
Uh-huh.
don't know.
This could still happen, by the way, because we did
It's
actually write multiple songs with
Uh-huh.
our two, they're grown boys now, but grown, our adult children. Yeah, we all love synthwave.
there's a synthwave
Uh,
fortress on the
Yeah,
hard drive. There is.
yeah.
We'll see what happens.
It could be released at any moment. You
Yeah.
never know. So that's where the name came from. We actually had to
wow.
ask our children for permission to use the name when we decided that we needed to change our name. And they gave us full blessing to use the name.
Yeah.
So
Wow. Wow.
yeah,
That is
yeah.
amazing. Wow.
So
Wow.
what does it mean? It could mean anything. And I like BetaHost too.
Yeah.
I like Beta.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gotta check them out. I love that.
yeah. I
Yeah.
like that too.
Yeah. I was
I
saying
have
it
to
wrong.
say,
It's beta.
you never get to know, and
hmm
everything is such an algorithmic game out there,
Yeah.
and everybody tries. Some people have a little fortune. I feel so honored that you did a search and bumped into something of ours. Like
Yeah.
that's amazing that we we contacted somebody who would appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. I'm so glad you
Yeah.
appreciate it.
No doubt, man. I love good music, man. And then when I saw it, when I clicked it, I was like, whoa. Hell, the vibes. I was like, oh, I was blown away. And then
That's
when I
awesome.
did the search, when I went to go listen to y'all music, oh, oh,
Right
and
on.
then hold on. Let me for the people that are tuned in right now, right? Let me let y'all know what we're really dealing with, y'all. Let me just get the information. 'Cause I did some research here, and I see the Spotify summary. 1.1 million streams. Let's be very, very clear on that, y'all. 1.1 million streams.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
So
is
far.
major. That is
So that happened.
huge.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I gotta say, it is
And
pretty cool.
Yeah, like I was like blown away, and
Listen,
this is why I was like, oh my, yeah, this is y'all a big deal, and I appreciate y'all hitting me back for real, because I know you're probably busy folks. With 1.1 million streams, that means y'all are popping. This is what's up. I want to get into y'all though. I want to get into who the artist is. Let's start with Chemistry. Who are you? Who is Chemistry?
who am I? Oh, well, that's a loaded question. I I am a musician through and through. I
Mhm.
live a musical life, pretty much 100%.
Mhm.
I play a lot of live music with a lot of different people.
Mhm.
I've always juggled, like 4 and 5 bands at a time
Okay.
somehow. I'm getting a little bit older these days, and it
Mhm.
is getting a little harder to juggle so many bands, but I'm still in the game, and I'm still trying to play as much live music as I can.
Mhm.
But I'm also the wife of this guy,
Okay.
John, for
Yeah.
what, 20,
I think it's 6 now.
is it 26 years? Yeah,
26.
26 years.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been playing.
That started with music, by the way.
That's right. We've been playing
Yeah.
music together for
Yeah,
26 years
Oh
in
my goodness.
oh my God, so many bands. Like
couple
couldn't
cross mutual and then mutual bands in the
Mhm.
bars way back in the day.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's where it started. But you're still defining chemistry,
Right,
aren't you?
right.
Yes.
I'm also a mother. Like I said, I have 2 sons who
Okay.
are in their 20s now. So
Okay.
this is a wonderful. Hanging out with your adult children is just absolutely the coolest.
That's what's
It's just
up.
the best. Man, they are so cool and they are so fun to hang out with. I just absolutely adore both of them, and they're both musical.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's everybody's got a good ear and everybody likes good music, and that's the most important thing. So I feel like an accomplished parent
Yeah.
because they like good music. They know what's up, and they turn me on to music
Yeah.
all the time,
Oh,
constantly.
that's good. John,
Yeah.
who is John?
Boy, mine's pretty close, you know? I mean, it's pretty close to the same story. Yeah, I mean, we're here on the point of music, and of course, yeah, music just my whole life.
Mhm.
You know, I started playing drums when I was young, and I've started playing bass only when I turned about 19. It just so happened, and it was just like overnight. It was like I didn't know that was so perfect for me, and that just took right off. That I mean,
Wow.
bass, playing bass, performing on bass. Only a year or two in, meeting chemistry and common bands, and just playing in the circles of bands. Going and going. I've just did that the whole time. Things mellowed out a bit for me on bass about 10 years ago, which let the drums come back in for me, my first love.
Yes.
And you know, I when did it start? I don't know. I mean, I used to mess with 2 tape recorders to make things happen when I was a kid, or 2
I did
VCRs.
too. Oh my goodness.
Putting pieces of sound and video together, and you name it. I mean, a dual cassette tape deck with a microphone in, and you just keep flipping the tapes and add one more layer.
Yeah.
Who knows what the first one was anymore? By that time, it's ruined.
My
But
goodness.
where's that desire come from to stack up layers and make something more than you can think in one sentence? You know, so always tinkering with music and sound and recording. Kind of really started getting serious about sound and mixing, and deeply in love with it now for about the last 6-7 years.
Oh wow.
Chemistry knows it's always me watching a mixing tip video for, like, you know,
Yeah.
the length of high school. I love mixing. You know
Oh,
what
okay.
I think? You are a music lover, you are a DJ.
Yes.
In the end, we're all hearing these sounds come out of the speakers,
Yeah.
and the way they pop out of that speaker is kind of our experience in the end. I mean, if you're not at a venue, it's not a live performance. There's no dance routine.
Yeah.
There's no act. You're not playing it yourself. There is some serious magic in the way sound can come out of a couple speakers, you know, that just goes straight to the soul.
Come on now. Come on.
Love that. I hope to touch a little of that every time we do a
Yeah.
song, but
Yes.
it's
Yes. I
gonna be
love it.
lifelong.
Yes.
Be a lifelong.
I'm the same way. You know, when I DJ, it's pretty much the same. You know, response. It's, man, I ain't hear that song in forever. Oh man, you brought me back, and oh DJ, you made me feel so good tonight. So I understand sound. I learned sound, you know, when I was young, you know, and I know the frequencies and you know how much bass to treble and mid ratio, and you know how it all can come together and make someone really feel something. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that is this, I have the same goal. It has to sound good. Like when I'm at a venue, it just can't be loud. You know what I mean? It has to sound. I want you to hear what I'm saying. I want you to hear what whoever I'm playing saying. I want you to feel it clear and everything, because I know how important sound and frequency is. You know what I mean? It shouldn't just be loud. It need to be clear. So I understand, and I'm with that. So John, you was playing drums from young.
Oh, you know, I started tinkering when I was young. I played the snare drum in school, you know?
Oh, okay.
Did all that.
Okay.
It didn't take off in my teen years as an active drummer on, like, the kit. Kinda went dormant for a while. But playing bass, I'm you know, I've spent all those years still. I'm tracking drummers and lines. I'm tracking the drum part.
Yeah.
It never left me. I just missed some years on putting it through the muscle fibers, you know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all stored in here.
Chemistry, you was playing keys for how long?
Since I was 6.
6 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. My parents got a piano in the house when I was 6.
Wow.
And I just absolutely just took right to it. I mean,
For real.
it made sense to me immediately. Like I looked at it and I was like, it's black and white and it goes from low to high.
Yeah.
And I get it. It just made sense. And
Wow.
I was just I was just drawn to it. It's been there as long as I can remember. Like I don't remember not playing the piano. So
Wow.
yeah.
Tell them how well your piano lessons worked out, though.
They didn't work out so hot.
For real.
Yeah, they thought, they should get me in some lessons, and I blew through a couple teachers right out of the gate. But
wow.
There was one woman she was kind enough to always play the song for me. She'd give me the sheet music and I'm supposed to read it, and I'd always say, like, can you just play it like one time? And she would. And then I could just like play it right back and just act like I was reading it. So this went on for
Till you got caught.
Yeah, this went on for like a year, 2 years. And then one day she just didn't play it. She just said, I'm not going to play it this time. And when she realized that I could not read a note of that music, she cried. She said, I've been taking your parents this whole time and you didn't learn anything.
Oh my goodness.
And I have to disagree. I learned every single one of those songs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh wow. I have a similar story. In middle school I played the trumpet, right? Spike Lee's uncle, Clifford Lee. He's a music teacher. He taught me how to play the trumpet. So I picked the trumpet up, and I just instantly I have never played an instrument before in my life. So I'm 13 years old, and I'm playing, and he was like, "What? Have you ever done this before?" I said, "No." So I was just blowing and stuff, and he'll play, I'll play, he'll play, I'll play, but he never taught me how to read music. So I never learned how to read music. I would hear it, play right back to you.
Yep.
I was like,
do a little searching and find it maybe, but otherwise, right? Put it together, and it's a bubble of
yeah. And I was like, oh my goodness. So hear you say that, at the time where you didn't know how to read it, but you just played it back. It's amazing. That's genius level.
Do you still play trumpet?
No, I don't. No, I wish I did. I graduated, and my parents couldn't afford a trumpet, so that was that. Unfortunately, years ago I picked it back up. But the trumpet I bought had a bad valve, and I was. But I think I'm gonna get back into it because I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I think I'm gonna do that.
Sounds like you did. Yeah, you really resonated with it.
Yeah.
You still filled your life with music, though, clearly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was trying to do a little look in today too. Did I see you had an EP out in 2011?
Yes, I did.
I didn't know if it was you. I didn't know for sure. I had a moment, and I was like, this guy's got to have something out there. But I didn't know if you were, a producer, or you did music and weren't like the lyricist. Any number of things. But I saw that you've done that, so that's great.
I was working with producers in Denmark. Oh goodness, I forgot his name. And he took a liking to my flow and everything, and we did an EP, and it did well. It was dope, and rapping is one of those talents where I didn't take seriously. I just knew how to do it. I know how to write songs and rap. I just never took it seriously. But now I'm starting to take my art seriously. I produce, I DJ, I rap, I'm a podcaster, I write jingles, I create jingles. It's so much that I can do. I just have to zone in on something or whatever, because I'm just so broad. I don't even know how someone with so much talent, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know what the zone. I love everything I do. I love.
So there's a lot of avenues. I know.
You know what I mean?
It might depend on the day or the week, right?
Yeah.
But you just keep going with what feels good or feels like the next meaningful inspiration, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
That's all.
That's so. I just whatever feels good for the day. You know what I mean? But I've been sitting on my talent for too long, and people are starting to know who I really am, and I'm like, oh yeah, Johnny got busy. He get busy. He really do his thing. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Working.
Thank y'all.
You must have been the other Johnny Price underneath that had a SoundCloud, and I think it said, I made these songs for my son because radio music is trash.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes, that's me.
I mean, I've been as we've been trying to just figure out how you are. You know, somebody comes along as interested as you and wants to sit around and chat for an hour.
Yeah.
You want to look a little bit. I knew right away you're a really good guy. You
Thank
know,
you.
with your picking off your podcast, you pick these issues. You have what? You have mental health,
Yes.
good relationship,
Yes.
comedy, and music.
Yes.
Love it.
Well, the only thing left is food, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, you got everything.
I love that too.
So I just saw
Me
that.
too.
We got a kick out of that. I thought, what a good guy.
Yeah,
What a good
thank you. Yeah, I hope to actually do a collab with y'all one day for real, because y'all music
That
is
was wonderful.
so
We should poke
soulful.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely, man. So we got into how long and everything. We got into what instruments y'all play as well. How did y'all meet?
Oh boy, here we go. Here we go.
The very meeting or this musical journey or
No, when y'all
Kinda
met. Yeah.
The very meeting is actually I'm glad we got a little time because this
Yeah.
takes a little bit of time to
Well,
get through the story. But we'll
keep it in 2 minutes.
Yeah,
No
we'll
doubt.
keep
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna go back to Illinois, which is where we're originally from.
Okay.
Central Illinois, just a few hours south of Chicago.
Okay.
Peoria.
So we came up and around. That whole vicinity is just packed with great musicians,
Yeah.
jazz and blues.
Oh,
in
we
the
came
blood
up
there.
in a good place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't have asked for a
Like
better spot.
one of those. There's a downtown area, and it's just lined with clubs,
Strip.
and they're all got a band every
Mm.
night of the week. Yeah, it was a great place to.
And how did all these people get so good?
I don't
right?
know. They were wonderful.
It's like,
Anyway, Peoria is an underrated.
that's how we felt cutting teeth,
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
It was an amazing spot.
So I was playing in a very successful band for Peoria anyway. We were very successful there. John was playing in a very successful band, and
we were kids, man. We're
at
like
the time,
19,
I actually
20.
thought that
Yeah.
the band that John was playing in was my number one competition. So people kept telling me, you should go see this band. And I was like, man, I'm not going to go see them. I'm like, no, thanks. I'm not into it. Anyway, finally, I did go see that band. And I literally love at first sight.
Wow.
I mean, no joke. I absolutely knew within the first 5 minutes that that we were going to get married and have a whole life together.
What?
That's amazing.
I know.
All from some bass notes.
Yeah,
huh?
I really liked your bass playing.
Yeah.
See what that
It
frequency
really
did?
That's amazing.
It really, yeah, I felt like I knew you. You were very, very, very genuine musician. Like you were very revealing, like
Yeah.
yourself. Like I knew who you were without knowing who you are, if that makes any sense.
I never knew how to not just be totally consumed in the moment
Yeah.
and care like it mattered the most
I know,
to me.
and I loved
That's
that
why
so
that's
much.
why I love doing it.
I know.
I mean,
I know.
I'm not into dance routines yet. You know what I mean? Like I never got interested in the show.
Yeah.
I love making it as real as it can be. Anyway.
Okay, so
Thank you
I'm
for
gonna
that.
jump ahead a little bit, but essentially now at this point, I'm madly in love with John. John is not interested in having a girlfriend because he just wants to play in a band and not have a
Wow.
girlfriend.
Okay.
So I had to kind of like had to give up at some point. Like he doesn't seem to be interested. So I just did like something you do in your 20s when you're like, hey, I think I'll just like move across the country and start a whole new life somewhere else. So I moved out to Portland, Oregon.
Oh wow. Okay.
Which was still cool at that time.
It was pretty
right?
cool
It was
then.
still
Yeah.
pretty good.
Not that it's not now. I don't want to offend anybody. But anyway, so once I got to Portland, now John and I were on the phone. And that's all I did the whole time I was in Portland. We talked on the phone the entire time. So, after a little bit, like a month or something, it's pretty clear. Like either you're going to move to Portland or I'm going to go back to Illinois.
My timing was off on that one. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. So it was decided that I was going to go back to Illinois. So I pack up all the gear, get on an Amtrak, and I'm heading back to Illinois. Now, John is supposed to pick me up at the Amtrak station, Union Station in Chicago. this is a 3-day trip, right? And this, okay, not to date myself, but this is before cell phones. So I just get on the train and I'm like, okay, he's going to be there when I get off the train.
Yeah, that day, that time. You got it.
I'm going to let you take over the story here because this is your part. This is where things go haywire.
All I can say is the tanker blew up on the interstate and the traffic was held up. I mean, I left early. I really did. When you know you're going into the heart of Chicago and you got to find parking and you got to get to the center of Union Station, you leave early. It just kept eating at the clock. Traffic's not moving. Finally did a U-turn through the median, went through another small town and around, got out. But I got there too late. Okay, but amazingly, 2 people come out of the woodwork and they're like, "Are you here for Kim?" Yes. They're like, "Sorry, she just got back on the train to go to the next city where her dad's going to pick her up." What? But they knew who I was from seeing like photos and stuff on Amtrak.
Okay, yeah, because if you've ever been on an Amtrak before, for 3 days, like you're going to meet every person on there, right? Everybody has a crazy story. And my crazy story was, I'm in love with this guy and he's going to pick me up. So this whole train full of people thinks when I walk off of this train onto this platform that they're going to see this.
See the guy.
He's going to be there. We're going to kiss. It's going to be magical. Yeah. And the doors open up and I get off and there's just no dude there at all. And I'm like, oh my God, this is awful. Like he has not shown up. So I waited around for it must have been like 2 hours or something before I got.
Oh, I think an hour. It was a tight one. No, because they're letting people off and already headed right back.
Right.
You had to choose.
So anyway,
no cell phones, right?
Yeah.
You got a hard choice to make.
That's how it was back then. Yeah. So anyway, I went to another city and was just dropped off in the dark in the winter in a parking lot. But you showed up.
We made it. We made it.
Wow.
We made it. We've come this far. Yeah.
That is what's up. That is what's up. Man, what a story. It's crazy because I was like, I got to ask him that. And that is a wild story. Did you think, when you wasn't there and then you were waiting, what were going through your mind at the time?
Oh, like when I got off the train in Chicago?
Yeah, when you got off the train and then he wasn't there. And then you waited.
Yeah, I thought, boy, I have just read this all wrong. I really thought that I just read that all wrong. And maybe you just changed your mind, and you decided to just...
You can't tell someone on an Amtrak train that you've decided not... You couldn't do that at the time. Right. No, that's true.
Yeah.
John, what did you think when you was like, oh my goodness, she's gonna think the worst of me? What went on through your head as you were waiting?
It was all just frantic anxiety. Are you kidding me? Like you got a clock, the deadline. You don't know how long somebody'd be there for a layover. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Just don't know. Like your heart's just melting. Seriously, it just is.
It all worked out.
It made it there. I think I missed you literally by about 5 minutes.
For real?
It was do or die. It was just she had to get back on the train.
Yeah.
To get to the next closest city to her hometown.
Yeah.
Wow. Just missed him.
Wow. Look at that.
But I did blaze past an officer. You know how they used to hang out? Well, they still do sometimes. They'll hang out in the U-turn and take radar.
Yes.
It's illegal for them now, but they sure did it back then. Blazing over 85 down the interstate. He flashed his bright to me that night, like something was on my side.
Yeah.
The universe knew I was in a hurry. I had to get to the next town.
Love, baby.
It was good.
Right for love.
It was good.
He knew
it worked out.
You probably knew that you had to get to your love, man. That's what it was, man.
Totally.
Oh man. Well, let's get to the music. What was your first project and or the first song that y'all put out? When was that?
Can we tell you a little about the uniqueness of this?
Okay. Well, go ahead.
Kind of scene you see here.
Yeah.
And what got us laying track in the DAW in the first place?
Yeah.
It's kind of unique.
Yeah, they do tie it together.
We wrote that. Go ahead.
All time, all these years together, we'd sit down and write stuff and be like, that is a great 60 seconds. Let's just make a recording of it in case we want to do something with it.
Right.
It's like on a phone or whatever.
Yeah.
When the the stuff that went down in 2019, 2020, we all stayed at home a whole lot, right?
Yeah.
When all that went down, the gigs just floated away. There's no gigs, so all that momentum slowed down, and one way or the other, we talked ourselves into setting things up and attempting some Twitch streaming. And we just thought, we'll just try and create music each night. Whatever the flow is, we'll take comments from people. We'll take suggestions. And that had a really fun, good year and a half.
Wow.
To our great surprise. It had a really fun year.
Yeah,
It was kind of no agenda on the music. We would just see how that night felt. We
were very free.
4 on the Floor Friday. And if we're like, we know it's going to go a little disco somehow, but let's keep it however fun we can keep it,
Yeah.
So y'all would just sit there and just start playing, and then you would ask the people or the crowd how they like it or what to add or take away.
Sure.
Yeah.
If it came to that,
they'd contribute. Sometimes people would send us, a little sample of something. We'd add it into the track. It was very fun. It was a good time. We had a good time. I will say that.
Do y'all still got that going on?
Ish.
We've been doing so much focus with BetaHost and production and release.
Okay.
And then with live gigs starting up again.
Yeah.
It's just constantly. I mean, and especially in the warm season, spring and summer, we're out.
Yeah.
2 to 3 times a week, we're out for something, for music. We pop on occasionally. We do, just to do that. But at some point, right?
Yeah.
At some point, this current kind of focal point and writing project came about.
I had come across something on Spotify, a playlist or something. Maybe it was like a lo-fi playlist or something. And I heard it and I was like, well, we could do this. You know what I mean? Like, this is what we have been doing the whole time. Like, we've been making these tiny little bite-sized songs with just instrumentals, no lyrics. And they're just sitting on our hard drive. I brought the idea to John and was like, we should consider like actually releasing something. And that idea is very scary out of the gate. Okay, it takes a little nerve to actually put something out there.
So y'all was just playing. Y'all wasn't even thinking about releasing any music. Y'all were just together playing.
No.
Wow.
Not with a hard goal. With a hard goal of let's track this, master it, and put something out.
No, we were.
But when it collapsed into this focus of like what you see on Spotify as BetaHost, even the whole timeline there, it's almost 2 years now. The concept was kind of the lo-fi angle. But I think lo-fi is a tricky word, and you would probably agree too. Lo-fi is a really tricky word. It can't collapse too quickly because if you really look around, where isn't there a little lo-fi interjected even in mainstream? And then just the different kinds of dedicated lo-fi. There's so many avenues. What we gathered, though, is here is the very modern day, and there are listeners enjoying, even if it's semi-background music, instrumental music.
Yeah.
And a lot of those creators are tapping into some jazzy concepts, some jazzy overtones. Yes, a quick jazzy piano sample. But there's some really good ones out there too who are very crafty, like slipping in even more dense jazz
Gospel,
layers.
Soul,
It's all in there.
Yeah.
And it's instrumental music. We love writing A and B sections. I mean, why is the B section always better than A? Why is that? Do you know? Do you know, Johnny? Why once you write the B, you love it more than the A? I don't know.
When y'all sit and create, right? So what is the process? So it's like one be in the room and start playing and the other one come, or y'all just like, you know what, let's get together, let's just jam it out and see what we can come up with. What's the process of beginning to create a song?
I spend a little time every day just trying to come up with seeds. Basic changes. Maybe it's 3-4 chords. And I write like 5 things every day, and 4 of them I throw in the garbage, and 1 of them I'm like, okay, maybe I'll show this one to John. John has big ears, and I appreciate John's ears so much. I know like it's got to pass the smell test, so I know what's going to work and what's not.
Or does it trigger? Because we always want to throw inspiration back and forth.
Yeah.
If we can't do that, we don't land in our magic
I
place,
always think that I have this, somewhat kind of finished seed anyway, but then I give it to you, and John just brings it to life. He just
Yeah.
makes it live. He gives it
Wow.
legs and it starts walking around.
Because I overthink it, right? Because I overthink it.
You're good at
No, just
overthinking
kidding.
things. No, but
I like to imagine how one little idea, because a few good chords can just set off a
Right.
huge dream.
No doubt.
Can it? I mean,
Oh yes.
Yeah.
the right couple chords on a roads, especially with the right
Yes.
tone, and you're
Yep.
Right.
Something has to be done. Something needs to take place.
And I always think I know what the root note is, but then you as a bass player
That
come
just
along
depends.
and you have some other root note, and I'm like,
Yes.
wait, what? That's amazing.
When you make great chords, the root note becomes debatable oftentimes.
Yeah.
Because it depends. It depends.
Yeah.
Do
No,
each of y'all have a favorite genre?
They're probably pretty close common these days, aren't they? I mean,
you and I, like,
yeah, I would say so. I mean, like to single one out, absolute favorite, that's tough.
It's probably going to fall under the umbrella of jazz in some fashion.
And that's a hard word to say again.
Yeah.
That's a hard word to say.
Right.
Or jazz fusion. It would all depend on how you think of those things.
But I do like a lot of hip hop, and I like a lot of rap, and I don't know if you're into that so much. But
I have my picks, and you know what I really love, definitely.
Yeah.
I love more than anything how it all interblends.
Yeah.
And especially now more than ever. What combo is not out there yet? What mix, what blend?
Well, I can definitely say that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, again.
No, I mean, when you see jazz festivals now, you see that there's a little bit of hip hop at the jazz festival.
There's like jazz at the,
it's like
the jazz festival.
that which branched off of it is even now pulling it along. It's really cool to see.
I know.
But that's the beauty of music.
Yes.
It's beyond all time and space and even cultures. I mean, it's beautiful.
You know who I really like right now? As a one person, we just went to see Butcher Brown in San Francisco.
Yeah.
We love Butcher Brown. We're huge fans. So they're in heavy rotation over here right now.
Oh, okay.
As current right now.
Current right
writing,
now.
Functioning. Yeah.
Yep.
it's a hot one for us.
Wow.
So check them out.
If you haven't, you'll love them.
Yeah, definitely. So when you do a show, right? Are you the music that I've heard? You know, what I mean, is that what you're playing? Are you playing more so, jazzy type, lo-fi type, or are you playing a lot of funk?
Not yet, Johnny. Not yet. I mean, BetaHost was always first thought of as, let's create some things that come back out of speakers. Let's do that. Let's see what comes out of us. But because we've interjected more and more of ourselves into our songs, especially over the last year, it's just more of and our natural inspirational tendencies pouring into the last year. That is kind of larger than the box we were kind of trying to keep ourselves in on the first year.
Okay.
It is not hard for us to imagine if the fans were there and you had the right crowd at the right venues, you could really open a lot of those tunes up with the right people. Those tunes could become 6-7 minute jams
we dream
with
about
solos.
It.
I mean, we still see those as seeds, and we'll just see what happens.
Wow.
But we're not yet pursuing on stage representation of those tracks. Performance for us is has been and is often still various cover bands, and that winds up spreading through a lot of genres. I mean, right now we have been for several years in a 12-piece funk disco party band, 4 vocalists, 3 females, 1 dude, 3-piece horn section, and we're doing it to it. I mean, if an elaborate, funk disco shows what you're getting, we're there. If it's an outdoor summer event, we're there. That's a blast. And then there is the blues band, and then there is the
jazz band,
the new contemporary jazz project.
Yeah.
We like
these
to
are
stay
all groups.
afloat.
These are all bands that you're a part of. That you're naming.
Yeah.
Wow. Describe the feeling when you're performing, and you see the crowd, like grooving and vibing. How does that feel? What does that feel like?
Feels amazing. I always have this singular thought somewhere in a show where I realize that everybody out there on that dance floor has no problems. At that moment,
Yeah.
no problems exist. Nobody's thinking about money. Nobody's thinking about relationships. They are just dancing and fully involved in music and totally in the moment. And I appreciate that
Yeah.
so much. That means
Yeah.
so much. It's such a cool thing to be a part of. I
Yeah.
live for those moments when I know that, when I'm in the knowing of that, it feels amazing.
Yep.
That is dope. I think
That
that
is
is important for a musician and even DJs to understand and know that, you know, for a specific time, you're responsible for the feeling.
Yeah.
Whatever that's coming out them speakers, you're responsible for how it affects them, I think. And I think that's why
Yeah.
it's important to know and learn frequency and how to blend sounds together and how to blend, you know, certain songs together and stuff, because I'm responsible for this crowd now. You know, they can sit down, or they can wild out, or they can have a good time. You know what I mean? And I think that, you know, with going in, knowing that, all right, yeah, I'm responsible for these emotions that's going to run through these people tonight. You know what I mean? And you know, and I think that we're gonna have a good time. But I think that is important as an artist, as a producer, as a musician, you know, to know that, hey, you know, I'm invoking some emotions with these frequencies I'm putting together. You know, and
very much.
And that's why I asked you that, because it's like you took the time to create this thing, and you see the effect of it. You know what I mean? Like, you see, because of the frequencies I put together, look at the crowd. And I know, I can only imagine the feeling as you playing, matter of fact. You know what I mean? Like, even as you're playing, you know, like, I don't even know what that feels like. Like I do, because I do DJ, but to even try to describe that as you're playing, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. That's why I asked y'all that.
Yeah. It's a magical place for sure. I mean, there's all kinds of words for it, right? The zone, there's all kinds of words, but when you're playing in real time as a group, and that's part of the powerful element of a band playing live, is it takes a group of people to hold up that kind of energy in just the right way.
Yeah.
To take super strong energy, but deliver it delicately in a flowing groove, you know, that now it's resonating rhythmically, and it steals the heart, it steals the mind. If the whole room's in a trance, like, it's beyond magical.
That's right.
And then if you look at your fellow musicians and, you know, the groove, the pocket, whatever your preference on that moment, when it's all lined up.
Yeah.
Not sure about really anything better than that in my experience.
Yeah.
And I because you brought that up, I would add, very much a part of our writing with BetaHost, we became aware of the fact that we're taking something that is an energy flow and collapsing it almost into an object.
Yeah, come on.
And that from what we've experienced on stage and those energy moments you're talking about, that is, of course, our favorite thing. You come up with new ideas while only there.
Yeah.
That's the best you ever played. That's the best line you ever played. That's the best comp you ever offered someone in their solo. It's all those best ofs.
Yeah.
But they only happen when you're already in and, you know, layers deep.
Beautiful.
So we always tend to spend a little time here looping and playing our part, because we want it to at least be a few levels up into where we're absolved into it. And it feels like one of those moments you grab it, right?
Yeah.
So you have to lose yourself in it a little bit. So most of our parts in our songs, they came in like that. And we always hope that will translate a little bit. I mean, it's not just, that'd be a cool bass line.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I won't record it unless I'm sitting here lost in it and feel
come
it.
on.
It has to be one I felt, you know, for whatever that's worth, even if it's worth it to me, because I know that mattered to me.
Right.
It very much mattered to me when it came out. Now, of course, you can still do that and then listen back and not like it, but that's a different story.
Yeah. Yeah. So is there anything that y'all are working on currently?
Oh, we got all kinds of things in the works.
There's plenty. Man. There's plenty.
Yeah.
There's plenty. We have a very unique one at the moment with our oldest son, who is, I mean, this kid, he was tapping the drums in all the right ways when he was 9.
Yeah.
You know, he was doing gigs with us at wineries, little gigs when he was like 14 on the drums.
Wow.
He picked up bass a few years ago and decided it was finally time for him to get comfy on that.
Wow.
And so we recently, right at the new year, we started a little song project with him for BetaHost.
Okay.
With him as guest on bass with us, and then he also doing guitar. So that's like a household fascination at the moment.
That's
but
dope.
That one is, I would say it's like stage 3 of 5, maybe. I don't know where to say it's. You'd say it's done.
I say it's done, and it just needs to be mixed. But that's how it works around here. I say it's done, and then John says it needs like 1,000 more things to happen to it.
It just needs the last loves. That's all. It's all. It's just got to be buttoned up right.
That's dope. Let's talk about this. Yeah, let's talk about your sons for a moment. What instruments do they play?
Drew is a keyboard player.
Okay.
And he is kind of toying around with releasing his own music right now on Spotify. I think he's at the very stages of that. And what genre would we call this? Is he doing like breakcore? Is that right?
He really, the last couple of years, really got into breakcore, which is the heavier side of the old classic breakbeat drum.
Yeah.
They're still flipping it, spinning it, trying to find a new syncopation on that.
Yeah.
But believe it or not,
this kid is so good on a DAW, though.
He's lightning on FL.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old are they?
Drew is 22.
Yep.
And John is 24.
Yep.
That's nice.
Yes, and John is playing mainly bass now. Our oldest is playing mainly bass, and but he did just add in this guitar part to this new song. Not really as a guitar player, but he just figured out how to do something cool on the guitar real quick and added it into the song, and it's awesome.
Yeah, we have a sample of that if you like. Maybe if you want to play it out or something right at the end. Or it's up to you. We don't have to force any music on you.
No. I would definitely like to hear something. If y'all want to play something, I would love to hear it. If it's live or if it's recorded, whatever, I would love to hear it.
We've got a recording with the parts.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll play a snippet of that.
Okay, let's rock. Let's rock.
Let's see. Where do you think we should go from?
Let's go from the top.
Go from the top.
It's
all right.
not that long.
Yeah.
You get bored with it, Johnny. Just throw us a thumbs down. Shut it off, dude. It's just another vibe, right?
Pocket.
Woo! It's got to go somewhere, Johnny.
Got to have that B section.
All right, here's the wrap up, Johnny.
Oh,
Sounds
Hey.
done to me.
yeah.
Well, I see you moving. I see you moving over there. We didn't put you to sleep. That's good.
Hold on. When is that coming? What, first of all,
Man.
when is that coming out?
Oh,
Man, I'm
hey,
ready.
I know, honestly, we just felt comfortable sharing with that with you tonight. It's still floating around here, waiting for anybody's last ideas or anything. That's just our last best rough sketch of like what
Wow.
everybody kind of feels good about.
Wow.
Yeah. We're probably just a couple weeks out. I'd say 2 weeks, maybe.
You think so?
Yeah.
She ready. She ready. It sounds good.
Yeah.
I really like that one. I rarely ever use any synth kinds of sounds. That's so outside of the realm for me. I'm like a
Wow.
piano, organ, Rhodes, clavy kind of gal.
Yeah.
And I got a little bit out of my comfort zone on that one, and I feel like it was super fun, and now I'm really in love with it.
It came out dope.
Thank you.
Yeah,
go ahead, Jen.
Are your sons on there?
Yeah, our oldest son is he's all that guitar
and the bass on that track. Yeah, we just a great way to start the new year off is just have our own son join us and create
that's so cool.
one of the next BetaHost tracks. And one's turning out good.
Yeah,
there's some younger blood in there, and we all kind of had some freshness to bring, I think.
Tell me, what are some of y'all inspirations? Who do y'all like? Who do y'all like?
Like lifelong inspiration.
Some of your inspirations, yes.
Oh,
Herbie Hancock.
Yeah, Headhunters. Headhunters stuff as their. I mean, for me, George Benson, Santana.
Oh my goodness.
Grover Washington Jr. with the Wine Light album in the 80s. That stuff was there with me my whole life. And with the one humble crate of albums that my dad had, he had the good stuff in there. I mean, Average White Band, George Benson's there. He had Chick Corea's Leprechaun album. So when you really wanted to see what's possible, there were like these 11 albums that were just so much, but he loved like that Wine Light album is his theme album for his life. It really is. He loved that album more than anyone. And I still do. That album is just magical. And Steve Gadd on drums, old Harvey Mason on drums, David Garibaldi on drums, and then there's bass players. Just very much that old, that some would say some of that was the very early pre-smooth jazz era stuff, that Benson's like the Breezin' album is kind of got, it's the Affirmation has just been one of our almost favorite songs since we've been together. The Affirmation song.
Wow. Those that you named, I can hear it. Oh, I'm sorry. I can hear, like, oh my goodness. Those that, who says they like George Benson? I don't even know people that, and George Benson is the biggest person to me. Like, he's the biggest. Oh my.
Oh. If you only knew him like in the 90s, okay, maybe you would have a limited impression. But if you're in any way similar to me and us, you think of the 70s stuff with Breezin', Weekend in LA, and the In Flight album.
Oh my goodness.
And that's that whole group though, right? The whole gang of them. Harvey Mason on drums, Ralph McDonald's probably there on percussion.
Yeah.
Those were, to me, those were just magic times. And a lot of those guys circle around and they're with that artist or on those albums. They had the ultimate pocket and groove heartbeat of that era to me,
That man worked too. I mean, if you look at his whole entire catalog, body of work, it is. Yeah, I still haven't heard it all. I'll never hear it all. It's so much. For one man, for one lifetime, it is astounding.
What are your hopes for or plans for BetaHost?
Short term. What's our plans this year? We've got some really cool collabs lined up. A couple are awaiting release. Some inner artist collabs. One of them I think just finally settled. Now that's with a couple of very successful lo-fi beat makers out there. Ben Jammin' Beats, and Fred Passy is a trumpet player. Is it Pacey? Sorry, Fred Pacey.
I'm not sure.
A trio collab. I wish we could play it for you. It's
Man, it's a good
wonderful song. I don't think that'll be out until June.
Okay.
But we've got that in place. Now, that's a new adventure for us.
Yeah.
Having something done, ready, it just feels like a golden nugget to you.
Yeah.
But it's going to come out way down the road. So that's in June. We'll keep you posted.
No doubt.
And
no doubt.
Other in wait, we've got some seeds on the hard drive that are just waiting for like the right day and the right mood.
That's what's up.
To explore those further.
Yeah, we have a couple songs that we actually love so much that we're afraid to touch them anymore. They just sit on our hard drive and we're like, I don't want to mess it up.
Don't know how to make that
it's
one
already
good
got
enough.
Such a good start.
Yeah.
You ever feel that? I'm not sure how to make that one.
It's too special.
I don't know how to make that special enough.
Yeah.
It's too good.
Seeds on the hard drive. I like that. Seeds on the hard drive.
Feelings in the end, you know?
And I think occasionally I do anyway. I do dream about BetaHost actually playing live.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would take a few things to make that happen. When we record these tracks, obviously there are a lot of keyboard tracks. There's and I have two hands. So to do it live, it would absolutely require another keyboardist.
Yep.
And that's hard to find.
No doubt. I get it.
It sounds like so much would have to be in place.
Yeah.
And that includes having your name announced somewhere and that people would show up to that venue.
Right.
There's that too.
There's that.
Yeah.
But it is
as a longer term thing, there isn't one track in our library that we wouldn't love with the right musicians to just explore in a live setting. And even if they became something else, like that would be incredible.
Yeah.
Because again, we're feeding it with things we would love to just feel ourselves playing. So that would be great.
Yeah.
And we have another. Go ahead. Sorry.
Is there anybody you wanted to bring out or no?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did you see some motion in the reflections of the glass?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there are other people here, but who are they and what are they doing? I don't know.
We don't know. They were just here today. We'll send them home later.
You probably got to feed them first. Oh man, this is amazing, y'all. This is super dope. This is I am so happy to have had y'all on, man. This was great. I'm glad to have met y'all. You have another huge supporter. I'm not going to say biggest because, you got your babies over there. They might be your biggest, but I'm close. I'm up under there. I'm just letting y'all know that, all right? In case y'all want another older son or something, let me know.
That's an honor, John. And we get to meet and chat with you. It means a lot. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Oh, no doubt. Thank you so much. Please tell the people where they can find you at.
You can find us everywhere.
I mean, streaming.
Come on now.
Apple, Spotify.
Yeah.
Come on.
You got your YouTube.
It goes to all those. It does.
It goes to all of them. I know I'm forgetting a bunch, but
updates, interactions. I think our home base is kind of funneled down into Instagram for us.
Okay.
That's about the only one that makes sense, and it seems to work a little bit.
We're pretty active over there.
We met you, so something's working over there.
That's no doubt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Instagram and BetaHost. I think if you search BetaHost, I don't think you're going to get too confused. There's a data company there that does like online cloud backup.
Yeah.
Something like that, but. Just skip that one, and then it's us.
Yes. And we're always happy to hear from people. We love connecting with people. Throw us a message. We're going to message you right back.
No doubt. And y'all are probably open to collabos depending on the artist and stuff, but you're pretty much open to collaborate.
Absolutely.
That's
yes.
Dope. That is
yes.
Dope.
We love it.
Always looking forward to the next great one,
Yeah.
And it's the right mutual vibes and of course scheduling, but always.
Yep.
Man.
Always. A lot of magic in there. Yeah. Don't let us forget that we joked about that.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know, and what would you, if you were to collab with us, what would you see yourself doing? What would you like to do? I mean, do you like making drum tracks? Do you love laying drum loops and things like that? Or
Yeah, drum loops with some nice roads. You know, like the stuff
Fantastic.
you have out there. Because you know, as I'm driving and I listen to y'all, because I've been rocking y'all for a few weeks since I saw y'all. So I've been playing your music up until today, and you know, I have it in the car, and I'm just like coming up with, you know, seeds in my hard drive. I like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, what the things that you have out there? I'm like, wow, that's so finesse.
That's your jam.
My
Well,
God.
Send something to us
thank you.
anytime, please.
We like to think that it's that odd dance we do between not wanting to surrender to a loop,
Yeah.
but rather more wanting to play things out, but then drawing the line on like what's a good pattern,
Right.
what is a good large loop, and then still yet how do we, or if these are like these chunks, how do we organize that and let it flow in a way to where it still might accent feel like you went through a song,
Right.
instead of just a loop.
Yeah.
How do you loop without looping?
You
I
slowly
guess
evolve.
you gotta play it live.
And we're really not sampling, so
Right.
we're always trying to become like that, maybe that nostalgic sample that would sound great if it were sampled.
Yeah.
It's a weird little place to be in, but it's been nurturing for us. It's been a lot of fun, and we keep coming back inspired.
That's what's up. We definitely gonna work together. This ain't gonna be the last interview. You know, your next project, when it drops, I would love to have you back on, or even debut it on my platform. So, you know, I cannot wait to hear more and more stuff from y'all. I cannot wait to see y'all on a grander stage, on the Super Bowl, or, you know, playing. You know what I mean? It's coming. It's coming. You know what I mean? It's coming. 1.1 million streams. We're gonna double that this year. We're gonna double that this year. Right. I see it.
And we send you our best wishes with the channel, and
Thank you.
You know, I know you're not just on YouTube, but
you're
live streaming in several places.
Yeah.
And it's fairly new for you.
Yes.
But you're off to a great start, and we certainly appreciate.
Thank you.
How hard it is to be sitting right there in the first few steps. I mean, I hope you can stay consistent with it, and I hope it pops for you.
That's the plan. Definitely. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for coming on. Again, for those tuned in, type in BetaHost, BetaHost. Everything will come up. But don't tap on that software company, okay? We not that one.
Not the
the BetaHost, the group, all right? And we gonna listen. If you're trying to vibe tonight, you know what I mean, you and your honey or whatever, or even if you dolo, you know, just press play on their stuff, man. And trust me, you will not be disappointed. I'm telling you, I've been rocking this stuff for a few weeks, and I love it. I love it. So once again, thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate y'all. Give me a moment. I'll be back with you in a moment. But thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Make sure y'all tune in, tap in. And I want to thank y'all for everybody for tapping in, for tuning in, for sharing. Thank y'all so much. Make sure you follow Be Clear Alert Podcast everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Yes, not Facebook. Be Clear Alert Podcast. And keep it locked for the next one. Listen, we're going to keep this thing going. We're going to bring some dope people up here. BetaHost, thank you so much for rocking out with us. The audience, thank you so much for everything. I appreciate the shares and everything. Trust me, I am so humbled. I am so grateful for you guys. If it wasn't for y'all, it wouldn't be this, all right? So I appreciate y'all. Once again, make sure you follow at Be Clear Alert Podcast. And I see y'all at the next show. Thank you so much, y'all. Peace.